Junji Ito. If you've ever read a manga by him, after finishing, you might suddenly feel a need to sleep with the lights on. A need to find ways you might think of how to get out of a dreadful situation. A situation you can't predict. No, not even that you can't predict it. You can't fathom it. After all, who would predict your own head would float down from the sky and kill you by throwing a noose around your neck? And that it's going to happen, one way or another. And the truth is, there's more cosmic horrors in the universe than you could possibly imagine. And I'm not just talking about a planet the size of Jupiter appearing in our solar system, wreaking havoc on our world first, then devouring us, truly proving how petty our own problems are. But close. Believe it or not, there are planetoids that do simply hurtle through space at speeds far greater than an orbit. Planetoids the size of Jupiter. Now, they may not have mouths that devour you, but can you imagine what happens if it even enters our solar system? Gravity is thrown off whack beyond comprehension, and everything you know spirals out of control. But what if our universe is compelled to doom? You just have no idea when. What if you are compelled and condemned to a horrifying fate that you have absolutely no escape from? A dark, claustrophobic death that was decided for you from the day you were born. That is the brilliance behind the mind of horror that is Junji Ito. I really have to hand it to this guy. He takes cosmic horror to heights that, honestly, H.P. Lovecraft himself would be incredibly proud of. From Hellstar Remina to his many Tomie series, his works cover the gamut on compulsion and cosmic horror, sometimes blurring the line between them. Where does Junji's horror come from? Why are all his works so scary? Taking cosmic horror to the next level is certainly one way to do it. But perhaps there's something more. Perhaps with the previous theme of compulsion? Maybe that our universe is compelled and condemned to a horrible twisted end, and there's nothing we can do about it. That there is that one person in your life who can do as they like, and you can't stop them. And everyone will bend over backwards to defend them beyond reason. But has he made any mistakes? Has this genius made anything that isn't scary? Yeah, this kid. I ain't afraid of him. Yeah, I don't know what Junji was smoking to make horror after horror hit. Okay, I take that back. Clearly Junji smokes normally, perhaps also with a side of DMT. But clearly, with this kid, he took up drinking. Because I don't feel scared when I read any Soichi stories. I feel pity for him. I mean, how does a family so perfect, so nice and kind create a kid like this? We don't even see any sort of outright abuse that might create someone like him. Yeah, they yell at him when he does weird shit that crosses the line, but what family wouldn't? Again, especially when he crosses a line. I mean, for a kid to be born a witch, even though he has a loving family that is trying but not forcing him to be a part of any family activities, I seriously wonder, what the heck happened? Well, there is the truth that even great artists have their stumbling blocks, and even for a not-so-great artist like myself, I do have a few characters or attempts at some that don't go so well. I try to force characters or projects that just flat-out don't work, and I sometimes am too stubborn to acknowledge that they don't. And this isn't to say that little kids can't be creepy. Trust me, they can. I mean, if this kid was meant to be funny and not scary, I would like that indication. Because that's more or less what I get when he tries black magic and it fails hard on him. You just... He just doesn't hold a candle to Tomie. I'm sorry. Then again, I suppose Soichi is at that most awkward of ages. 12 and 13, where you're having more expectations put on you, but you're still not an adult yet. Honestly, he actually would be scary if he were 5 years old and doing this stuff. It would denote him potentially being possessed, and geez, what would he be by the time he turns 12 or 13? But until Junji starts writing him better or retcons him, he still makes a damn good meme.